So I've made a video before on Just a Girl Who Loves Her Moose, but she's at it yet again with some premium anti-vegan nonsense and copium. Let's check it out.
All you vegans and activists are in a hurry to rescue my animals. They're in imminent danger.
Yeah, the animals are in danger, and if they're not, can you please tell me what's going to happen to them after you're done with them?
They're neglected and abused.
Yeah, I'd say it's somewhat negligent and definitely abusive to steal a baby from their mother, both on the part of the mother and the baby, especially when these mothers are continually having babies taken away from them.
They're well cared for, warm and fed.
Wow, you're going to feed them, how kind of you. But what's going to happen to them after you no longer feed them? There's definitely something that's going to happen to them afterwards, i.e. they're going to be exploited or they're going to be killed. In the last video, she denied the fact that calves do indeed get killed, and we had to dispute that.
We don't process baby moose, you guys. And I really wish you guys would do a minute amount of research.
I mean, a source that she recommends is veal.org, where they say that, these calves are processed at 6 months old. So no, they're not fresh out of the womb in many instances, but they are still 6 months old. But I didn't realize that, killing a newborn, just so terrible, but killing someone at 6 months, absolutely fine. And gutted for you, because I had a chat with my friend who has a BSc in animal science with a specific focus in agriculture, and who is a member of the International Honor Society of Agriculture. And he confirmed my suspicions over the calves being killed at younger than 6 months. And here we see the potential scope of how many newborn calves are killed. According to the Humane Society Veterinary Association, veal calves for the most part are unwanted male calves from dairy breeds, primarily the offspring of Holstein cows. With the advent of artificial insemination, only highly bred pedigree bulls who sire high-producing cows are kept for breeding, and consequently, male calves have little value to the dairy farmer. There are 4 categories of veal calves, but one we will focus on for this point. Bob veal calves are newborns, some with umbilical cords still hanging from their abdomens, up to 3 weeks of age. About 15% of veal calves are marketed as Bob veal. Meat from these calves goes into hot dogs and prepared sandwich meats. This statistic is also supported by the USDA. They released a livestock slaughter summary in 2021, noting that commercial calf slaughter totaled 391,300 head, 14% lower than a year ago, with 98.1% under federal inspection. The average live weight was 237 pounds, down 8 pounds from a year earlier. So the average weight, so likely average age, was lower than last year. Ignoring that, and that nearly 2% wasn't under federal inspection, and to assume that the 15% is an accurate estimation of how many newborns up to 3 weeks are killed, that would mean that in the US in 2021, 58,695 newborn calves were killed. And according to my friend in the field, it's worth noting that stat only includes those calves that were put into the market food supply. For example, free marten females are typically euthanized at birth. These are heifers that were born with a twin brother and are thus masculinized. Their ability to reproduce and be useful as a dairy cow is greatly reduced, and because they aren't males, they don't make good veal. So they are typically killed at or near birth. So essentially, the number of newborn calves killed in the US alone is horrific, and we don't actually know the full scope of how many are killed. Again, killing newborns, horrible. 6-month-old, absolutely fine. And it was quite painful to dispel something that's just clearly a lie. Or maybe she doesn't think it's a lie and genuinely just has lied to herself. I don't know what's happened, but it's a complete mess. And it's on the backs of young animals having their lives taken away from them or being exploited. So it's pretty disgusting.
But when it comes time to actually do some good, put all that emotion you guys have into saving animals, where are you? British Columbia is underwater, and I don't see anybody but damn farmers down there trying to save those livestock. I don't see any of you putting your life at risk to save those animals.
Weird that I see this just as Animal Rebellion are breaking into the MBR facility to save beagles, and they're having to fight for the beagles so that they don't get given to the police and then killed because they'll be contaminated and no longer useful in scientific research, which is apparently their purpose. There's countless examples of activists being willing to put even their freedom on the line just to save animals. What is this about? And let's not forget that one of the reasons that they could want to save these animals is because if they're an animal farmer, these animals are their source of income. And vegans don't even want these facilities existing in the first place.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Farmers care more about animals than vegans, activists, and PETA.
But how on earth can farmers genuinely care more than people who don't want to see these animals be exploited and killed in the first place? Can you truly care about someone if you're willing to have them be used for their bodies, used as commodities, and have them be sent off to be killed? If someone claimed to care for me while doing that, I'd run the fuck away. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just going to leave it here abruptly because I need to go and die of cringe.